My name is Gene Zubovich. I am a PhD candidate at the University of California at Berkeley, and I am studying American history. I look at a series of conferences and statements that come out in sort of northern ecumenical Protestant denominations and their constituent bodies during the 1940s. In particular, I look at kind of their plans for shaping the New World Order, their relationship with the United Nations and human rights, and a number of areas where they were influential. And then, for the second part of my dissertation, I look at how these things impacted things like race relations and economic planning in the United States. A lot of things allowed me to see in more detail what I had already known, but there were lots of other things that I had found that were surprising. For example, in terms of race relations, I had expected a lot of the leaders who I was researching to be sort of a little bit behind the times. And I found, looking through the minutes and the correspondence here, that they're really on the cutting edge for a lot of legislation and activism. So I think one of the biggest revelations I've had since I've gotten here was how small of a group it was, a group of people who made the major decisions for the Federal Council of Churches and other organizations. It was really a body of maybe a dozen people or so that overlapped in a number of groups, and they were influential. They all knew each other by their first names, and they made really big, important decisions within the small group that affected tens of millions of their constituent members. Well, I think the society is relatively well known amongst my colleagues, historians of American religion, who know it as the repository of the Federal Council of Churches papers and the National Council of Churches papers. So for younger scholars like me, I think it is very difficult to get to a lot of these archives. I had, on the suggestion of colleagues, I had looked this place up, and my research interests matched so well the resources that were here that I thought it only made sense to apply for these funds, and they were very helpful in getting me to be able to complete my research. So I think it was facilitated quite a bit for me. Both the large finding aids ahead of time made I was really able to get a lot of it done, and once I arrived here, I think that the courtesy and knowledge of the staff was extremely helpful.